can you heal from a breakup if you still want your ex back? And if so, how? How in the world do you do this? Usually after a breakup, one person does want the other person back, and that's not out of the ordinary. And also there's a lot of possibility there. So you may not be at a place where you say, I'm done, I know it's over, I'm going to move myself in the opposite direction. You're going to want to make that decision because you feel like there's some peace on the other side of that. But the fact is, if you still think there's any hope at all and you still love this person and you do want to put that relationship back together again, you're going to be stuck in limbo for quite a period of time. And limbo is excruciating. We feel as though if we can just cut it off, let go, and move on, which I cannot stand that phrase, we can somehow get to acceptance quicker, we can find peace quicker, and we can just be out of pain. Because that's our goal, is to get ourselves out of this pain. The reality is most people are stuck after a breakup because they still love this person. If you find yourself in the position of still loving this person, even though they hurt you, and wanting to put that relationship back together again, but also wanting to be out of pain and rebuilding your life at some level, this video is for you. This is where I want you to realize you have to walk two paths at the very same time. This can be done and it will be done. So one of the paths that you're on is loving this person, hoping you get back together again, trying to think about the things that were problematic and how do you go about healing that part of the relationship. And then the other path is rebuilding your life at the very same time with all of these feelings being part of your day-to-day. So you need to accept the fact that you still love this person and you feel all of these feelings. You don't have to shut those down. You don't have to try to put them out of your mind. You don't have to cut the ties and compartmentalize what happened. You can still have all of your natural feelings. And hope is not false hope. Hope is there for a reason. It's out of your control. So accept that you have hope because a lot of people do get back together again. So it's not delusional and it's not false. It's the reality of the situation many times. So accept all of those feelings. But at the same time, do not let those feelings have you sitting in the same space waiting and watching your ex for things to play out in some sort of a way. You have to actively get yourself on the other path. And the other path is how in the world do you put your life back together again without this person by your side? Your identity crisis happens when you go through a breakup. You were a couple. You were defined, clearly defined. Your roles were defined. Not only that, you kind of fall off in different areas of your life. Whenever we're a couple, our energy goes toward couple things. We do things together. We take on their interests. We do a lot of our day-to-day with them in mind. And we don't necessarily pay attention to maybe personal goals that we have or our own life outside of them. So this is the time that the path that's going to present itself to you is in the direction of you. And what is it that you don't do for yourself anymore? Where did you forget that you had your own needs and wants and goals and dreams? You have to walk this path while the other one takes its shape as time passes. So starting to put together your life in the midst of all these feelings is exactly where you have to be. I usually say do a complete audit of your life. So wake up every day, have all the feelings you have about your ex. You still hope for that. You still love them. You want to put that back together again. And we're going to work on what that timeline is going to look like. If someone is going to reach out, what we're going to say to them, how that's going to be, what's going to happen in the first few months. And then beyond that, then at the same time, get a pen and paper and start scripting what your comeback is going to look like. And the reason this is critical to your recovery is because as you work on putting yourself back together again, you are going to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. So as these months play out and you can see what's happening with the relationship, you're going to be able to handle anything, whether it gets back on track or it doesn't. You're going to be in a much better place in a few months and a much different mindset than you are right now. So really important to look at those two paths and know that you can walk each one at the same time.